Hello everyone and welcome back once again for another episode of Khan's Gamecast. This is going to be Khan's Gamecast number 3. I hope you're all doing great this particular afternoon for me and evening for you, or maybe day for you, or whatever it happens to be. Whatever time of the day it is for you, it is time for the Khan's Gamecast. So get your asses in gear and get ready for this. Let's get started with the shout-out section. Today, I have a couple of shout-outs here to give. First shout-out goes out to my homeboy Paul Desmond, who's all out in the Canadas. I believe he's in Canada. And he has donated Dead Space 1 and 2 and Bastion. Jesus Christ. I keep telling you, man, you're like spending all of your money with me. That's not right. So you got to keep that stuff in check. And he's also been donating me a lot of his own music from the band that he's created called Lost Within. I'm going to be promoting his music as much as possible. I've actually got to work on getting more of his stuff onto my music page. So big shout out to Paul Desmond and Lost Within. Thank you very much. Next up, we have a shout out for Barry Lane, who has donated to the Cause with K-H-A-U-S-E, the Cause. Khan's Cause. Thank you very much, Barry Lane. Very nice of you. And also a shout out for Ashley Harris, who has turned 24 on May 2nd. And he's been spreading the word around the UKs, which, like I've said, is a tough crowd in the UKs. So it's very nice of him to be spreading the word around in those parts. So congratulations on making it to level 24. And hopefully next year you'll be level 25. That was completely irrelevant. Never mind. So yeah, he turned 24 on May the 2nd, so happy birthday to you, my friend. And also a special thanks to Kelly for posting up a Guild Wars 2 video, which I will now give you guys that particular video to watch. And however, I have to say, sorry Kelly, I did have to strip down the music because I wasn't sure if that music was copyright safe or not, and I do not want to risk a copyright strike on my channel. So I instead replaced the music you had there with some music from Lost Within. So for you guys that are listening to the audio-only version of the podcast, you guys will get to listen to a music called New Life from Lost Within. And for all of those of you watching in video, you get to listen to a music called New Life from Lost Within, and you get to watch Kelly's video. So here it is. You could almost call it a collab between Kelly and Lost Within. And here it is right now. Okay, that was one particular boss that I did not have the time to face because I had very little limited time with the beta and I had a lot of other videos to record and more stuff to do. So it was nice of Kelly to send me over that video. There's going to be a link to the original video in the description box below. You guys can check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That boss seemed pretty epic. It was like, that felt to me like a world boss. So it was pretty cool, felt pretty sweet. And she was playing a Guardian throughout that video, in case you guys were curious. And yeah, that's it for the shout out section. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Next up, I have to talk a little bit about iTunes. I've had a couple of requests from people that I would make these episodes available on iTunes. I've been working on that. They actually should be available on iTunes. For some reason, iTunes did not update one of the videos that I posted. Hopefully that will be fixed eventually, at least for Khan's Gamecast number 3. Hopefully that will get fixed and you guys will get that on your iTunes feed. So yeah, all you have to do is go to iTunes store and look for Khan's Gamecast. Gamecast is one word, so it's 2 words, Khan's Gamecast. You guys can look for that, and there should be a podcast there for all of you that want to listen to the Khan on go. Khan on the go. Sounds like fast food. Anyways, I'm going to address a brief issue here that a lot of people have been asking me about, and I thought I'd just go ahead and announce it because there's been several questions about this. And yes, I have joined the Game Station. I have signed a contract with them, so now my personal channel is partnered with the Game Station, not TGN anymore. There has been no bad blood between me and TGN. I mean, I have a lot of friends in TGN. It's just the fact that I was involved in a lot of the inner workings of TGN, and I was beginning to feel that I was losing that part of me that wanted to just do more video game stuff, because I was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I've even made a tutorial for my video making process so that people could learn how to make videos and whatnot. And I mean, basically I was doing a lot of stuff and not a lot of it was really game related. And it's not that I couldn't just do game related stuff. It's just that I would feel pulled into all these other projects and I would eventually not have as much time as I would like to dedicate myself exclusively to gaming. And that's kind of why I made the switch. I mean, I have lots of good friends in TGN. There has never been any bad blood between me and TGN. No problems whatsoever. It's just, like I said, I was too much involved in the inner workings and not enough in games. And I felt that I needed to make a change. And now I can really focus just on my channel, just on my games and all that kinds of stuff. So that's out there. To all of you guys that have been asking me about, oh, what's up with the TGS logo on your channel? That's why. So anyways, that's really all I got to say about that. So next up, there's a little issue that well, this is not really an issue. It's just a topic that I would like to talk about a little bit, which is console gaming versus PC gaming, because I've also gotten a couple of questions about this. As a matter of fact, I answer 1 or 2 of them in Khan's Q&A. And the thing that I want to talk about is, I mean, you guys have probably noticed that in my channel, most of the games that I've been putting up there have been console games. And you guys might be wondering, whoa, what's up with that? What's up with you just kind of switching over to console gaming? What the hell is this? So I've pretty much been a PC gamer throughout most of my life. The only console I had up until 2007 was a Sega Genesis. In Europe, it was called the Mega Drive. So whatever. That was the only console I've pretty much ever had until 2007. 2007, I bought a Wii. I got into it for a little bit, and then I got tired and went back to PC gaming. In 2010, however, I bought a PlayStation 3, and I got so into my PlayStation 3 that it's just like, it was just this amazing thing that I was having a lot more fun, and I still am having a lot more fun playing my PlayStation 3 than playing my PC. I just don't know why. It feels a lot more natural, turning on your console, grabbing your controller, you know, popping onto a game. Everything seems a lot simpler on a console than it does on the PC. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, PC is this complicated thing. No, It's simple to get stuff going on the PC as well. It's just, it's a lot more expensive for starters. Playing video games on a PC is a lot more expensive. I mean, just this past month, I'm not even sure if I've mentioned this on the last Cons Gamecast or not, but I've spent like 120 euros just to keep my machine running, which I don't find that to be very reasonable. Because I've had some faulty hardware. I had a problem with with my mouse. I had a problem with the power source. I've even had problems with the RAM I purchased. Had to go back, switch back some RAM. I mean, there's just a lot more problems inherent to playing on a computer than on a PlayStation. This is my opinion, and don't take this as like, oh, he just wants to be a console game. No, I like both things. I like both PC and I like PlayStation. It's just seems that lately more titles have been coming out for the PlayStation that I enjoy more. Like for instance, Dark Souls. I've been playing Dark Souls nonstop. You guys have no idea. I have to make a video about Dark Souls just to show you guys some of the characters that I've made recently, because I've made a lot of stuff on my console. One of the other things that I really prefer on the console is the fact that everyone is pretty much on the same grounds when you have a console. You know, like for instance, suppose you're playing some multiplayer game or whatever. As long as you have the same internet connection, because there are some things that not even consoles can change, as long as everyone has a good internet connection, pretty much you will always be on equal terms. Everybody has a controller, everybody has their console, and everybody's playing pretty much on equal terms with each other. What happens, however, in the PC, it's completely different, because your hardware will greatly impact your performance. It's like, oh, you have a better graphics card than someone else, you're probably going to get a better FPS. If you're getting better FPS, you can probably have faster reflexes, simply because you can see stuff faster than the other guy, or the other guy can't respond as fast because his mouse is glitching or whatever, or someone has one of those crazy ass macro keyboards that presses 100 keys at the same time. I don't feel that the online arena on the PC is as balanced as it is on a console. This is just me personally. I'm not saying that it's bad. It doesn't feel as balanced. That's all I'm trying to say. The other thing I wanted to say is, for a good example of this would be, for instance, well, not of what I was talking about, a good example of why I've been preferring console over PC is, for instance, Kingdoms of Amalur. I've played Kingdoms of Amalur, the demo, both on the PC and the console. Now, for starters, on the PC, you had an issue with the demo. It's like, oh, you have to turn this thing on, do this, or otherwise the game would just crash flat out. If you had an ATI card, I believe the NVIDIA cards were fine. I think you had to turn off post-processing or something, whatever. So there's already those little glitches that you usually get on the PC. It's like when you get a game on the PC, you get the game, and the first thing you do is you don't usually just focus on playing the game. You get, at least this is for me, this is what happens with me. I get a game on the PC, and the first thing I do is I go to graphical settings, set everything as high as possible, then see how the game runs for a little bit, then go back and turn a couple of things down to make sure that, you know, that I get the best performance I can possibly get with the settings that I can possibly get as high as possible. So it's like, you know, there's already an exercise before you actually get into the fun part of the game. You're already exercising, like, okay, I want to turn this thing on. Oh, maybe I should do 4 times anti-aliasing. No, wait, it's slowed down. Maybe I should do 2 times anti-aliasing. Maybe I should do 16 times anisotropic filtering. Or maybe not. Maybe I should do 8 times anisotropic. And you have to tweak these things. Like I tweaked Mass Effect. I tweaked Skyrim. I tweaked, what was the latest thing that I've played? I think the latest PC game I played was Devil May Cry 4. And god damn, that was a disappointment. Yeah, basically you tweak a lot of stuff. And I know that a lot of people are into this kind of thing, like, oh yeah, my graphics card can do that. Me, I'm into playing games. I'm into getting into a game, playing it, having lots of fun. Like even in the Guild Wars beta weekend, I had to search through a lot of the graphical stuff to actually get the game to run at an acceptable speed. It's like, oh, better turn down the shadows a little bit, better turn this thing down. You know, that pisses me off. Because it's like, you spend like 5-10 minutes, however long, just getting the game ready so that you can actually play it. And after that, you never have to do that stuff again. Granted, you never have to do it again. It's a one-time thing. But it's like, My console, boop, pop the CD in, boop, boop, oh, look, I'm playing. Straight up. See, that's the difference. And again, don't take this as me hating on the PC because you guys already know me. I love that games go to all the platforms. Video games should go to all the platforms. Nothing should be exclusive. Nothing should be exclusive. I mean, Uncharted 3 should be on the Xbox 360 and on the PC. Gears of War 3 should be on the Xbox 360 and on the PC. Hell, on the Mac. Should be on the Mac as well. Let's not forget the Macintosh, which is the very piece of machinery that I'm using to make this recording and edit it and publish it for your very viewing pleasure. Also, another little something that I feel is really hurting the PC right now is Origin. Seriously, EA, why don't you go fuck yourselves? No, so I'm just tired. I mean, you can give out a lot of, a lot of subliminal messages or whatever you want to do. You can give them a lot of tips. You can do whatever you want regarding EA, but I've just had it. I can't take it anymore. It's like, EA, why don't you grab your Origin? Why don't you fold it 5 times and stick it where the sun don't shine? Because I'm fucking sick of it. No, I really am. I'm sick of Origin. I think Origin is one of the reasons, is going to be one of the main reasons why people are going to prefer gaming on a console, is because Origin is a piece of crap. I mean, the only decent online service for PCs right now is Steam. And even Steam has problems. I have problems with Steam because my Portuguese connection is a piece of shit. And there have been times where I was playing Skyrim, or I was trying to play Skyrim, and Steam would be like, oh, the game's not available. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean the game's not available? It's a single player game. Has it gone out for lunch or something? It's not available? That's not acceptable. It's a single player game. Don't give me no bullshit. I don't care if your servers are flooded or whatever the hell is happening. I don't care if your entire country's on fire. I bought a game. I want to play my game. That's it. I mean, okay, I overreacted there. If your country's on fire, I can understand a little bit of delay. But honestly, come on. There were no natural disasters occurring when I was trying to play Skyrim. It would just like, oh, you can't play Skyrim right now. Try later. And I'm like, try later? It's a single player game. And Origin is just, oh my God, Origin. I mean, let's just take another example. Battlefield 3's interface for the PC. Browser. I'm not okay with that. I'm not. I know that a lot of people are okay with that. I'm just not. I don't think it's okay that they did not took the time to make a menu for their game. I don't think that's right. I think that a game needs to be a game. It can't be a browser. And there have been so many issues with that fucking thing. Like, I've had people that couldn't play the campaign because the game wouldn't let them. I've had people that can't play online because the game won't let them. I mean, I myself wasn't able to play online for the longest time. My game would crash. It would tell me I was disconnected, whatever. I had a lot of problems to get into online matches. I would have to go into my router settings, turn off UPnP, and then it gives me issues with other games. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but fuck your browser interface. I'm done with it. The hell with it. The hell with the goddamn browser interface. And oh my God, I've fallen back into the routine of the cons rant. Yeah, let's say some positive stuff about EA. Sorry, can't do it. Next up, I wanted to talk also a little about my Mass Effect 3 experience. Oh wait, no, that's in the next topic. Yeah. This was just why I kind of prefer console gaming right now, because there's a lot of stuff on the PC and there's a lot of cool stuff on the PC, but there's also a lot of bad stuff on the PC. And right now I'm at a place where I feel more comfortable just getting in my console, putting a game in, having fun. That's it. That's one of the major reasons why I'm even going to mention in Cons Q&A that it's like Diablo 3, if it would come out for the PlayStation, I would buy it on the PlayStation. I wouldn't buy it on the PC. I would buy it for the PlayStation. And again, I'm not hating on the PC. This is a personal preference. I'm just trying to explain something because there've been comments asking me, oh, why are you getting this stuff on console? Why are you playing so much console, not so much PC? That's why. Also, the other thing is that recording on the PC is a pain in the ass because of fraps. However, I might have finally found a solution for that because I have got myself a hardware solution to recording on the PC. I'm going to be testing that out pretty soon, and I will let you guys know in the video when I'm testing it. I'm going to ask you guys, how do you feel about the quality? Do you feel that this is good quality, acceptable quality? Because it's just a new thing that I'm trying out, and if this works out quality-wise, it's going to be a lot easier for me to record PC stuff because I won't have to use fraps. And this is just such a much better way to do it because I can record PC just like I record my console, and it's just so much more practical. I get the same workflow. It's just easier all around. So I will be making a video with some PC footage soon, testing that out, and hopefully that will enable me to make more PC videos because I won't have to deal with all the crap that fraps gives me. So keeping on with the ranting theme, it's not really a ranting theme. This is just kind of a thing that I wanted to throw out there. This topic is, how much do you really own your games? I'm sure that a lot of you have asked yourselves this question whenever you tried playing one of the games that you paid for and you couldn't. And if you haven't asked yourself this question, you should, because this is an important question to make. How much do you really own your games? You do realize that most of the games these days have to be registered through some kind of online service in order to be fully featured. Like, for instance, if you want to buy some DLC for Mass Effect, you have to be registered with EA. You have to buy that content from EA, then apply it to your game. And you have to be online while you're playing your single-player game in order for EA to verify that you are the rightful owner of this DLC. And it's like, I don't feel that this is right. And I definitely don't feel like I own that game, because it's like, I only own it as long as EA allows me to play it. Like, if EA servers shut down, I won't be able to play Mass Effect 3 because I got the DLC pack with the Prothean dude. And I won't be able to play the game if the EA servers shut down. I just won't. It's like, oh, I can't connect to the EA servers. You're probably a thief. You probably stole the game, man. I can't connect with the servers, so you stole the game, and I'm not going to let you play it. And I don't think that's right. I really don't. Look at other stuff. For instance, gaming services like Steam, they pretty much hold your games hostage. And you're like, well, what the hell do you mean Steam holds I can play my Steam games wherever I want. And here's what I'm going to tell you. You can? Can you really? Okay, here's the thing. Let's pretend that this cable, even though it's completely unrelated, let's pretend that this cable is your internet. I just pulled it. Where are your games now? Oh, no. You didn't get a warning. I just pulled your internet right now. You can't activate offline mode. You did not have a warning. Where are your games now? They're gone. They're gone until the next time you pick up this little cable here and boop, connected. Until you connect back to the internet, you have no games on Steam. And it's like, as much as I respect the service that Steam is providing, this is a problem. I mean, really? So what? My internet goes down, gone. Can't play Steam no more, sorry. It's like, yeah, sure. If you warn, it's like, oh, I need to go offline, you can turn on offline mode. I know that there's something that you can do in order to play games offline, but it's like you have to know in advance that you're going to be offline. If something happens that you can't predict, like your ISP went bankrupt all of a sudden and your internet goes down, it's gone. All of your games are gone until you can connect back to the internet. And that gives me the question, how much do I really own my games? I only own my games as long as I can ask for permission in order to play them. And as long as those servers are online in order for me to ask permission in order to play them. I mean, just look at it this way. Suppose that for some freak occurrence, Steam servers go down for 48 hours. You can't play your games. Unless Steam does something like, oh, our servers are going to go down, we're going to activate offline mode for everyone, blah, 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 blah. But if that doesn't happen, or if you happen not to be online while the servers are going down, you won't be able to play your games because the Steam servers are down. It's over. You know what I mean? And again, don't take this as bashing on Steam. Steam is a great service. It's just I don't really feel that I own all of the games that I have on Steam because of this. Because if something happens, I won't be able to access my games. Now let's look at something else. Oh, actually, I've already mentioned my Mass Effect 3 DLC problem. You guys know, I mean, I haven't really detailed it, but when I got Mass Effect 3, which was donated to me by Paul Desmond, I had some leftover points from Dragon Age 1. I'm not sure if I told this or not. I have a feeling I already said this, but I'm going to just make it real quick. So I had some BioWare points left over from Dragon Age 1, and I bought the DLC pack with those points. And what happened was at some point I wasn't able to connect to EA servers, and they wouldn't let me play the single player version of Mass Effect because they said they couldn't authenticate my DLC. And I wasn't able to play for like, I don't know, 12 hours or something. And I was like, I'm sorry. It's not my problem that your servers are garbage. It's not my problem. I mean, the game's paid. It's paid for. It's even got DLC paid for it. And you can't access the game to play in single player. Sorry, it's just it doesn't feel like it's my game. I mean, I know that a lot of people are fans of digital distribution. I'm actually curious, how many of you prefer digital distribution over a physical copy of a game? Because, for instance, me, I'm a sucker for this. I love this. Oops, banging on a microphone. I love having these boxes. Where is it? I just picked up a couple of random boxes or whatever. So I love having boxes of games. I love owning the boxes of the game. I love owning the physical copy. I love having these boxes. I just like it. I also like it when these boxes come with a manual, which is something else that is like, oh, we're killing the trees. Make the manuals out of recycled paper. Don't give me no bullshit about saving the environment. There's recycled paper. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I've just been speaking for so long. I've already recorded Khan's Q&A, that's why. But there's recycled paper all over. And I don't mind manuals coming in recycled paper. Hell, you can print the cover on recycled paper for all I care. I'm just saying I want to have a decent manual that I can go to the bathroom, sit in the crapper, and read a gaming manual. I miss those days. Because these days, gaming manuals are a joke, okay? Game manuals are a joke, and people need to realize that it's like I know a lot of friends of mine that also enjoy this type of thing. It's like, we're old school gamers. We want to have a box. We want to have a physical copy of the game. And that is when you actually feel that, oh, I actually own the game. I have the physical copy right here, and I'm not dependent on a goddamn online server in order to play my game. That is when you actually own a game. Me personally, I love having boxes. I love having manuals. I love all of that stuff. And it was a big disappointment for me, for instance, when I wanted to buy Guild Wars 2. I already pre-ordered it, but when I went to buy Guild Wars 2, I was like, man, I want to pre-order like a box. I want to have the boxed version of Guild Wars 2. Well, get the collector's edition or fuck you. That was pretty much the answer I got. I was so like, what do you mean? At least in Portugal, there's no way to get a boxed version. Like you can buy the box. It comes with a card inside with a CD key for your game, and that's it. And I was like, come on, I can't get a box of the game with a CD and a manual? What is this world coming to? I mean, gaming is not just about grabbing the game or digitally downloading a game and playing. It's also about, owning a game, owning a physical. This is important for me. I mean, I'm really curious about your feedback on this. I mean, do you guys just grab digital and you don't even care about the boxes? Tell me, leave it in the comments in the video, leave it in the comments in my website, whatever. Tell me about this stuff. I'm curious to see if I'm the only one, but most of the people that I speak with, they feel the same way. They're like, I mean, we feel like we're being cheated because the games that we get these days, they're just a code. It's an online code that it's in a server somewhere. And if something happens to that server, we don't own anything. It's gone forever. So, I don't know. And then there's another topic of DRM. I mean, seriously, publishers and developers who still use DRM, who are you trying to kid? Really? You really think that people aren't going to crack your codes? I mean, just look at The Witcher 2. I think CD Projekt Red pretty much got the message when they said, this DRM is bullshit. They cracked it within 2 hours of us releasing the game. It was completely and utterly pointless. And it just is. It is completely and utterly pointless for for you guys to keep putting in DRM because it's going to get pirated anyway. And the only person that really suffers is the end user because they're the ones who actually buy the copy protected version of the game. And it's retarded. Like with The Witcher 2, I had a 10 FPS drop simply because of the DRM. The day the patch came, they came with a patch and they deleted the DRM from the game. Basically, my frames went up by 10 frames. Straight up, just because of the DRM. DRMs are a joke, and pretty honestly, just get rid of them. Just forget about DRMs. You're never going to be able to prevent someone from cracking your game. So just forget about it. Make the best games you possibly can, and to hell with DRM. Because the people who buy your games, actually, the people who pirate games, are not going to stop pirating games because of your DRM. They're going to pirate them, and the pirates are going to play your games nonetheless without paying for it. And meanwhile, the people who are actually paying for these games are the ones actually getting hurt. So anyways, those were the two topics I really wanted to cover today. Next up, I just have to cover some personal stuff. So for starters, I have a little bit of a bad news for some of you, which is I'm going to end the series of Kingdoms of Amalur. I'm really sorry about that. It's just the end result is that I've been working a lot on that series. It takes a lot of my time to work on that series, especially the way that I do it, where I cut a lot of the stuff out. It takes a lot of heavy-duty editing to actually produce the episodes of Kingdoms of Amalur, and it's just not getting enough views. And I realize that a lot of you guys are like, oh, we don't care about the views, but you also have to realize that it's like views are important for me because YouTube is my only source, is my only source of income right now. It's like, if I don't earn a living in YouTube, if I don't make enough to have a comfortable living on YouTube, there's nowhere else the money is coming from for me right now. So, I mean, I'm not doing this because like, oh, he's asking for no, I'm just explaining to you guys why I need to end the Kingdoms of Amalur series. Because if I've been uploading Demon Souls, where I was uploading Kingdoms of Amalur, I would have gotten at least twice the amount of views. And that obviously brings in more money to the few dollars that I'm scraping out of YouTube. And it's important for me. And I mean, the inconsistency of my videos also factors in to YouTube's ranking for placing ads on my channel. I know that this is like Chinese for a lot of you, that you guys don't really understand how this kind of stuff works. I'm just trying to explain you because it's not like, oh, I'm ending Kingdoms of Amalur because I got tired of it. No, it's just I've been trying so hard. I mean, I've been trying 31 episodes hard. I've been editing it differently. I've been re-promoting it. I promote it on the Facebook for the guys from Kingdoms of Amalur. I send it to their Twitter. I do a lot of promotion for that series, and I never seem to be able to get a decent number of views on it. And I mean, at a certain point, I just have to realize that in order for me to continue to grow as a YouTuber, a video game commentator, I just need to recognize that certain projects will never come into fruition at an acceptable deadline. And that is when I need to move on. And that point has reached for Kingdoms of Amalur. So after episode 31, the series is pretty much going on a hiatus, and I don't know when I'm coming back to it. So I'm really sorry that I have to give these news. It's just, it's a pain in the ass. I might still make a couple of highlight videos for Kingdoms of Amalur, but I mean, I really hate not finishing a series that I'm working on. But I mean, I hate even more if I'm not growing as much as I should because I'm not doing the right things. So that is going to end. I'm really sorry, especially to eman6, whom I know was enjoying the crap out of this series. Sorry, dude, but I just can't do it anymore. There has to be a time where I just draw a line and I say, nope, can't go further than this. So now that we're going to be finishing that, there's going to be a full focus on finishing Demon Souls. So for the next couple of days after this, the 31st video of Kingdoms of Amalur, you guys can expect a lot of Demon Souls. It's going to be coming at you pretty much every day, at least every day that my internet allows it. Like right now, I'm uploading episode 19 of Demon Souls, and I have episodes made all the way up to 26. So the series is probably a lot ahead of what you guys might think, but it's still not over. I still have to record a couple of more episodes if I am to finish the game. So there's still a lot more stuff to do. So there's going to be a full focus on Demon Souls until Diablo 3 comes out. Diablo 3 is going to be coming in about a week for me. And when Diablo 3 hits, I'm going to be focusing a lot on Diablo 3 as well. My plans for now is I'm going to be playing a hardcore monk like the one you saw in the beta, except that I'm going to be playing it hardcore until it dies, which means I'm going to go through all the difficulties. I'm not going to die on purpose, obviously. I'm going to try and reach as far as I possibly can into the game without dying. When and if the hardcore monk dies, if the hardcore monk dies, I will start a hardcore barbarian and keep going from there. And if something happens to the barbarian, I don't know what I will do after. But these are my plans right now. Regarding softcore characters, I don't have any plans to create softcore characters. I mean, I know I have to create one character up to level 10 so that I can create the hardcore character, but I don't really have any particular plans to playing softcore characters because I don't want to have to deal... I simply can't fathom the idea of being in a realm where real life money is a factor in in-game progression. I just can't... I can't stand. I mean, for all I know, maybe I'll even make a softcore character. Hell, maybe I'll even start making a living out of it because I was pretty good at farming items in Diablo 2, but that's not really what I want to do because, I mean, supporting that system of an auction house is almost like allowing Blizzard to get away with it, with something that I completely disagree. So most likely, most of my characters in Diablo 3 are going to be a hardcore. At least these are my plans. We'll see if those come into fruition or not. Dragon's Dogma is also on its way. On the 25th of May, Dragon's Dogma will be coming, and that will be covered hardcore. You guys have already seen the characters that I am going to be playing with. It's going to be Rurikhan and Rurikhan that you guys have seen on the demo. Those are going to be the characters I'm going to be using for that game. And in case that I see that, you know, that I don't have enough content or something, you guys have to remember something. I already have a backup plan because I already have content that you guys have approved that you want to see a Let's Play of, and that is God of War. A chronological playthrough of all of the God of War series. That is another something that's in the back burner that I can't wait to get started with. It's just going to have to wait because May is going to hit us. Actually, May has already hit us. What I mean is the May games are going to hit us, and I need to focus on the May games. And then we'll see what comes out after that. Also, another project that I'm considering is eventually Shadow of the Colossus. I can't wait to also work on that because I haven't ever really played it. And there's the HD collection thing that you can get now, and I'm considering of purchasing that and eventually making a Let's Play of it. So that's another something that you guys can look forward to. Also, there is the Dark Souls dwarf playthrough that I haven't touched for a while, and I might also be doing that if at any point in time I feel like things are getting stale, because there's going to be more Dark Souls down the line, because Dark Souls has struck a chord with me that is not easy to strike, and it's just like I'm still fascinated by Dark Souls at this point, and that's just the way it's going to be. There's going to be more Dark Souls, make no mistake. Also, I'd like to mention a couple of disappointments that I've had this past week that have really pissed me off. One of them was Darksiders. At some point, I was like, okay, I really feel like playing another game, so I started playing Darksiders. And I was having a lot of fun with Darksiders. I hook up my PlayStation 3 controller, make it work like if it was an Xbox 360, because all the PC games automatically detect the Xbox 360 controller, and I feel that Darksiders is better played with a controller than mouse and keyboard. So I'm playing Darksiders, having a lot of fun. All of a sudden I get to this point where you have to pick up a crystal sword. So I pick up the crystal sword, and instead of my character picking up the crystal sword, everything disappears. Like my weapon disappears and the crystal sword disappears. And I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? So you're supposed to take the crystal sword up to a statue. So I go to the statue, I try to click the button that's supposed to activate the statue, put the crystal sword there. Nothing happens. And I'm like, okay. So I go back to pick up the crystal sword. It's not there anymore. I'm like, what the hell? So I exit the game, reload. Now I have my old sword back. Crystal sword's still not there. It's not in the location it was supposed to be. It's not in the statue, and I can't activate the statue. I go onto the forums, and basically they say, oh yeah, the game's broken. I'm like, what? The game's been out for so long, and they can't fix a game-breaking bug like that? So it was like, oh, you're going to have to start all over again if you want to keep playing. And I'm like, what? You're kidding me. I mean, I've been playing the game for like, I don't know, 2-3 hours at that point. It's like, so what? Just do the same content all over again? I can't do that. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to try and play something else. So I started playing Devil May Cry 4 on the PC. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I mean, I remember playing Devil May Cry 3 on the PC. I seem to remember having fun with it. I never really played it for too long, but I seem to remember having fun with it. And Devil May Cry 4, it felt to me like it had some huge pacing issue, which is like, oh yeah, action, killing monsters, all of a sudden it's like, poof, it's over. And like, whoa. So now there's like 5 minutes of walking around doing stuff that doesn't really matter for anything. And then, oh yeah, more fighting, boom, 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 boom. And it's like the game feels like, okay, there's like 2-3 minutes of heavy duty fighting, amazing boss fights, awesomeness. And then there's like 5 minutes of doing nothing. Or solving some meaningless puzzle with some really crappy mechanics. Maybe it's because it's a PC port. It most likely is because it's just a poor port. But that's the way it felt. It's like 3 minutes of awesomeness, 5 minutes of crap. 3 minutes of awesomeness, 5 minutes of crap. So that was a big disappointment. I played it for a long ass time. I played it all the way up until the point where they switch back to Dante and they have me do all the same bosses again. And I was like, come on. You're beginning to look like Blizzard at this point. Come on. So yeah, that's everything I had to say for this edition of Khan's Gamecast. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know that it's a little ranty. But yeah, I'm still trying to bring a more positive note to these things. It's just I tend to generally just rant. So sorry about that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.